conversation with character to reflect on my past to present, aware of character defects.
I'm sorry.
The passion, the power, the purpose of unwoven recovery, unity, service, 1 year token.
The most prestigious network in the land.
This is Karikter Asked It. You already know Karikter did it. I'm here with Camo Neptune. Tell me about yourself. What do you do?
Hello guys, it's your boy Camo Neptune. I'm here live with Karikter, the Karikter. I'm an artist and a producer. I sing, I rap, but one of my favorite things doing is, well, doing both. But right now I've been really focused in the producing aspect and just like elevating that side to it. And I don't know if they've listened to it yet, but El Capo, I've done a lot of work with him. I've worked with like other artists, Ghost T, Sweet 33. That's the collective that I'm part of.
Hell yeah. How old are you?
I'm 23 right now. I'm actually turning 24 in like 2 weeks.
Where are you from?
Ontario, Milton, Ontario to be exact.
Okay. And that's where you still are now?
So right now I'm staying in New Brunswick. Like I'm out here with El Capo, and we're out here on business, just spreading our music and our way of life.
Hell yeah. Y'all are doing big things. Like y'all stay busy for real, man. You're 23 years old. How did this happen? Like what was your childhood like?
So growing up, it was really nice. Like I had a very blessed childhood and a very good life. Like I wouldn't sit here and say I didn't go through any struggles, of course, like because I did. Like, I've been bullied before, that type of thing, but like when it comes to, that's more like a social struggle than, you know, actual financial thing. I was financially blessed, which I'm very grateful for. My parents, like they really allowed me to have this freedom and this way of life. So that's one thing that I always like sit down and appreciate, and that keeps me grounded and gives me that gratitude as well, right?
Sure. No, so in Canada, you got bullied when you were a kid. What do you get bullied for in Canada? You know, I'm an ignorant American. You know?
Just like the most randomest things, like just like if you're different or if you stand out, say like they'll probably like target your voice, or like, hey, like he doesn't sound like your typical, like say black guy, or that type of thing. Like your voice, like it's more pushing stereotypes towards people. That's kind of where it would go, but I haven't dealt with that since here and there I do, but like I haven't dealt with it as much as I was when I was a child, for sure.
Sure. So what'd you do after high school?
So after high school, I went into university, and that's when I met El Capo. But before we get into that part, I actually want to talk about my high school year, because
Please do.
That's when I stepped into music. Like that's when I actually really got into it. Like I met my best friend, Funk Boy DC, in grade 8, and if I didn't meet that guy, I probably wouldn't even be doing music right now, because he's the one that literally put me in the booth. And we met in grade 8, and then fast forward to grade 11. That's when I first that was my first time coming to his house, but that was the first time he told me, yo, hop on the mic, get in the booth. And I was like, I'm a little shy, like I don't know what to do. And then he's like, bro, just do it, like just freestyle, do anything. And they're like, okay, oh well, I'll try something. And I did it, but I'm not gonna lie, that was a track that the lyrics, I look back at it now, I'm like,
You got to start somewhere, bro. You got to start somewhere. But that, honestly, I had a similar experience. And that first time that you're on the mic and you realize that you might be able to do this, it's like something unlocks inside of you.
Yeah, it's that inner voice, like just awakening.
No doubt, bro. So how much did you focus on it through the rest of the high school?
So I had filmed I had recorded like a portion of that track, right? And we had took it off, like made an MP3, and we just brought it around, showed it to our friends at high school, and they're like, oh, that's a really good song, you should finish it. And they're like, what's your rap name? I was like, don't really have one. And they're just like, oh, you should go by Lil Camo. I'm just like, sure, maybe. Because my name's Cameron, right? But they said go by that. And I was like, yeah, sure, that's what I'll do. And then I did that. And I was going by that for that one song. And then like, as I went through that, like, I let that encouragement from the people from my high school, like, essentially get me to finish that track. Cause like, yo, like, we want to hear the rest of it. So I was like, oh, whoa, really? And then my best friend was also telling me, like, yeah, fam, just finish it, complete the whole track. And I was like, yeah, might as well. So we finished it, and then we dropped the whole thing, and surprisingly, everyone was enjoying it. I mean, as I said before, but which was even more interesting about that was there was this performance, like this concert. That was this first. It was in Milton. Sorry about that. My bad. I'm kind of stumbling.
You're good. It's all good, bro.
Yeah, first interview.
No worries, man.
I appreciate you giving me this space, by the way.
No worries at all, bro.
Yeah, let me get back into this though. But yeah, so we're on this. So essentially, when I released the song, a week after, there's these other artists that were having a show in Milton, but they're from Milton as well. And I knew all these guys because we all went to the same high school, same area, and they essentially told me, hey, like, come to the show and just watch the performance. So I came to support, of course. And when I was there, they're like, yo, bro, you gotta hop on stage after I'm done. I was like, I've never done this in my life. I was like,
bro, you're 17 sure. years old. You made one song until you get on stage. Oh my God.
Yeah, I was like, sure. So I just went on there. They just played it from SoundCloud, and I was doing like lip
sure.
over it.
Sure.
But everyone was just like jumping to it. I was like, wow. That just like gave me a feeling like, oh wow, like I want to do this like again. Like I want to, you know, like just perform. Like I love the excitement of it.
Hell yeah. So when did you record your next song?
Wow. So I did try to record a second song after, which was the song called Riding, but I never released that. And because it was also a comedy track as well, it wasn't really like something that I wanted to put out, but what do you call it? I kind of struggled with that one, so I got a little shy, insecure, that type of thing, just going through my, development sure. as a person, right? And as I went to university, like I was still struggling with the concept of how to like flow, how to figure out certain rhyme schemes, that type of thing. And in my first year, I step into the dorm and I move in, and then first guy that walks in is El Capo. And he's like, he looks at me, he's like, yo, do you smoke? And then I was like, yes, bro, of course I do. Like, and that's how we bonded.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he started smoking weed every day. I was like, literally our connection there. And I saw this guy on the first day, like freestyling. I was like, what the hell? Like, who is this guy? And this is me from my mind frame at that time, like, oh, like I'm into music, but like I'm just having fun with it. Like,
right,
I'm not ready.
Right.
And I see him doing this and that. I'm like, oh my! I'm like, yo, I gotta do this. I gotta try. Like, so I tried freestyling as well, doing my thing, and like people are laughing. I'm like, oh, like what's it? Like,
hell yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, what is this guy doing? Why is he trying that? I'm like, hey, like I gotta do something. Like I just wanted to have fun. And me and this guy would freestyle all the time, like whenever we were in school. And as we naturally progressed throughout the years, like my style just started to progress, and I went into this layer where I was able to find my own sound, and like I was like, whoa, like I didn't even know I could do this and that voice. And like it was it was really interesting how I was able to go into those flows because of that constant practice. But one of the things that also helped me elevate that was being in the presence of another musician, another artist, like, and I'm really appreciative of being around these people. Like, I really have to thank both of my best friends, like Funk Boy DC, El Capo, because without these two guys, like, there would be no Camo Neptune. And I also have to thank Funk Boy DC again because he's the one who also showed me how to produce. Like, he literally taught me how to do that as well.
So you're making beats now too?
Yeah.
When did the Neptune come in?
Oh, so Neptune, I'd say that came in 3 years ago, to be exact. So I thought about it because my mom's maiden name is Neptune, so I was like, oh, like,
her maiden name is, that's so cool.
Yeah, so I was like, yo, I gotta use this.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I was like, nah, like, there's no way, like, it has to be used, right? So I took advantage of that and put it in my name, of course.
Hell yeah. So you get started in college, you meet El Capo, you're starting to freestyle, y'all are both on your journey with this music thing. When did y'all get focused and really start on this journey that you're on now?
So who really pushed us to that another layer of focus was Funk Boy DC.
Okay.
He told us, he's like, yo, don't you want to go far with this music stuff? Don't you want to, like, do this and that? And we're thinking our heads, I'm like, nah, we're just trying to have fun, we're just chilling. But he's like, nah, man, like, you gotta take this stuff serious. Like, we have the talent for it, we have the potential for it. There's so much things we could do, and we didn't realize that till he pointed it out for us. And that's when we were just saying back, like, dang, like, we gotta really step into this whole new layer of ourselves. And that's when I started to really, like, think about what I say and how I say it, like, on this songs, like, because I know I was talking about the flow thing, but I went even more deeper in that aspect of just, like, not just rambling and saying anything random in a freestyle, but, like, more cautious of where I'm going and what I'm doing with it. Because, like, I realize how powerful words are and, like, how much weight they hold, right? Like, you can't just casually say anything in a song these days.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, I mean, what is the message that you're trying to communicate through your music?
Well, positive energy. That's really what I like pushing. Like, I like uplifting people when they hear my music. I'd rather have someone not really. I don't want to say this, but, like, I'd rather have someone go through a bad day and, like, put on music and be like, oh, that uplifted me, rather than, like, that feeling of, oh, okay, yeah, that depressing feeling. That depressing type of music is enjoyable for certain settings, but me personally, I'm into that uplifting, upbeat feeling. But I'm not gonna say I wouldn't, like, shy away from going into that type of music as well. But
no doubt, bro, and I feel you, because when I was going through a certain period of my life, you know, I very much identify with Juice WRLD and Post Malone and things like that, you know, and I had a playlist that was a lot of them, Killer Roy, and it was called Sad Boy. But then I started coming out of that depression and I started seeing life differently, and I didn't want to keep going back to those thoughts. So I started seeking music that had, like, positive messages and just, it was just like affirmations and things like that. And I put a playlist together. It was called Death of a Sad Boy, because I think at some point this generation of sad boys, they have to evolve. And they, you know, happy music is the only way to do that. I believe that.
for real, I agree with that 100%, man.
What have been the biggest accomplishments that y'all have seen?
Sorry?
What have been the biggest accomplishments that you all have seen?
I would say just us coming together, and I would say we were in a studio last year. Well, yeah, I would say last year. And that was the time where we really grew as a group. Like, that's when we all connected and became a bigger community. But what really, actually, I would say one of our biggest accomplishments before we even got to that point was creating a TV series. So, like, we created a web series called Blending. And our friend, one of our best friends, Alphabet, he directed and wrote the whole show. But it's not a show anymore. We've turned that into a movie. He's turned that into a movie, so we're essentially re-releasing that on a later time frame. But initially, that's what it originally was, right? But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like, I would go more into layers with it, but I'll leave that to Alphabet to explain more of.
Hell yeah. Now I gotta do an interview with Alphabet, so.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. That's what's up, though. That's what's up, man. What are the biggest obstacles that you all have had to overcome?
Finding our sounds, and that's when I go back into that studio thing I was talking about. When we were in that studio last year, we rented a studio out for like whole month, 2 months.
Damn.
Yeah, we just stay there, sleep there, and we just like always be working, making music. Like, we created like over 1,000 songs. I mean,
holy shit.
Yeah, like it's in the vault. Like, it's just about releasing it and getting those things ready, right? But we have a lot in store for people. There's so much content to the point where we're just thinking about where to start, but we already have that plan now. But that was our issue like a year ago.
Damn. But so y'all just locked yourselves in the studio and got yourselves all the content you needed, all the music you needed, and then figure out the plan later.
Yeah, literally.
That's cool.
That's how we found our sounds. Like, and it's amazing because I've seen everyone build their confidence up from just being in that presence. And yeah, it's beautiful.
No doubt, bro. So what's the dream?
Oh man, it's hot. If you don't mind, I'm just
Go ahead. No worries.
What's my dream?
What are y'all trying to do? Like, what's the end goal for everything y'all are doing?
Well, the whole goal of Sweet 33 is to be a community basis. And what that means is we want to be an entertainment, we're an entertainment corporation, right? But we want that community aspect as well, where we have artists from all over the GTA, but not even the GTA as well, just all over the world, really. But that's where we're at right now. But we want to expand to where we're connecting to everyone and everywhere. We're just like this artist hub, essentially. That's one of our main goals.
Hell yeah. It took me a minute, but by GTA you mean Greater Toronto Area, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I had to figure that out, but I got it.
Yeah, you know the.
Hell yeah, bro. Do you have anything coming up?
Yes, I do. So right now, I mean, you've probably noticed Awa Awa Oceans, they're already out. I have another song coming with Ghost T. It's called 3 Wise. I don't know if you've seen the video, the reel for it, but it's gonna be a very grungy, boom bap type of Griselda type of sound to it.
Hell yeah.
And I'm on the track as well, so you hear me in it. But yeah, that's something I produce as well. And another song that's coming out is called Silly, and that's just a song by me alone. That was me from 2 years ago, 2021.
No shit.
I was in my dorm and I was just like talking about what I was going through at that time. And
you said it's called Silly?
Yeah, it's called Silly. Like, I just randomly thought of a name for it, but the reason why I call it Silly is because there's so much silly thoughts and silly things I was going through during that time. So I was like, yo, it fits perfect.
Hell yeah. Is it kind of like a comedy rap song?
You could say that, but not really. It's more on the serious tone. Like, it's more in that serious aspect of me talking about like, hey, me living on my own in school and, you know, just becoming a young man essentially. Sure. And that's like how I kind of wanted to switch up, not really switch up, but show my different versatilities. Like, so the first 2 songs that I have out right now, they're called Value, which was the first one, well, my official first one, and that one's like a psychedelic type of rap. It's very like just like getting high, chilling type of vibe. You just kicked up. But Hypnotize is like a very, it's psychedelic as well, but it's very like all over the place in a sense where there's a lot of switch ups. There's like you see how the track elevates if you listen to it. It talks about just how we're very hypnotized by our phones, very consumed by the light. Just everyone's lost in their own world, but they don't really realize that they're more absorbed in it in their heads. But yeah.
Hell yeah, respect to that for real.
And that's what I was targeting in that song, and Tilly kind of leads off from that in a sense, because like it gives a whole different style to it, but it's still in that type of theme in a way. But it's talking about how like, you know, I'm just going through it, but I'm still vibing, still enjoying myself type of thing. So yeah, I'm really excited to release that. That's one of my favorite songs, honestly, from myself.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. I'm excited to hear that for real.
Ooh, it's hot in this room.
You're good, bro. But I got one more question for you, man. Before we end it, man, is there any kind of like life lesson or sentiment you want to leave with anybody watching?
Yes, for sure. Be yourself. Like, be only yourself. But I also want to switch it up because I know El Capo said that.
Come be original, bro. Damn.
Yeah. I'm like, I would say, as I was talking about earlier, watch what you say, but like not in a sense where hold yourself back to please people, but just like be mindful in the aspect that like certain words you put on yourself can come back and reflect that, right? Like I'm just a very spiritual person, so I was thinking about it in that aspect of like, hey, like don't talk down about yourself in your own song or that type of thing. Like, why would you put yourself through that, right? But that's just, you know, something I personally went through. So I'm just, you know, that's what I went through my freestyles, and that's where I was getting at, where like recognizing how to like fit certain cues and pockets, and yeah, that type of thing. But yeah,
I feel that, bro. No, it's all in the journey, bro. It's all in the damn journey.
Yeah.
All right, man. This has been an awesome episode of Karikter Asked It with Camo Neptune, who's sweating his ass off in his closet right now. So we're gonna give him a reprieve. Hit him up, follow him up. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
All right. Thank you, bro.
Peace, bro. We'll talk soon, man.
Appreciate it. Still, thank you again for having me.
No worries, man. We'll talk soon.
The most prestigious network in the land, the Signature Series Network.